Hey guys, Ben here, and for today's lesson we are going to be learning how to make hot ice, okay? Now the purpose of this experiment is for you guys to learn a little bit more about chemical reactions and the process of crystallization, okay? So to start off, we're going to go through our materials we're going to be needing. We're going to be needing some white vinegar, okay? Some baking soda, a glass jar, a pot that has pretty tall edges, okay? A plate, and some measuring cups, okay? Now, first thing we do is we're gonna get our 1 cup measuring, and we're gonna do 4 cups of vinegar, and we're gonna put it in our pot, okay? So, you pour it over the pot to make sure you don't spill. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now once you have all your vinegar in, 4 cups, okay, you're gonna go to your baking soda. Now with your baking soda, you're gonna do 4 tablespoons, but you're gonna add it in slowly so it doesn't boil over your pot, okay? So with this, we're gonna do it over, not the plate, because we're gonna make sure we're not adding too much, not the pot, so we're making sure we're not adding too much. And if your plate gets dirty, you can just go wash it off between the time in your experiment, okay? So we got 1 tablespoon. You're gonna add it slowly, because what happens when we mix baking soda and vinegar? There starts to be the bubbles, okay? Because that's the first chemical reaction that happens. So 1. Okay. You got 2. Okay. Okay, 3. One more. Hopefully you guys will have a better box than I do of baking soda, because it's kind of hard to get out. Okay, we're gonna wait until it goes a little bit less, so we're not boiling over. And 4. Okay, so the next step, once we have all our baking soda in, is to go over to the stove, okay? Now, warning at this point, guys, you're gonna want parental supervision, okay? Because we're gonna be dealing with the stove, okay? So once our reaction's cooled down, we're gonna go over to the stove, and we're gonna boil it on medium-low heat, okay? So just set your stove. Okay. And then just let it boil, okay? You're gonna let it boil for about a little over an hour, or until you have about 3/4 to 1 cup of solution in your pot, okay? You'll start to see like little crystals forming on the inside, okay? And I'll check back in you guys when my stuff is ready to go, okay? Okay, hey guys, so we're back and we're done with boiling the solution. Okay, so I left it on a little bit too long. You want it to be about 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna have less than that, but we'll still make it work, okay? So we're gonna carefully pour our hot solution into a glass jar, okay? So carefully. Okay, we'll still make it work. Okay, so, and then you'll see these crystals that are start to form here. Okay, just right here on the edge of it. Those are important. Okay, so we're gonna take our glass of liquid and we're gonna put it in the fridge. Okay, and we're gonna leave it in there for about 30 minutes. Okay, and then with these crystals, we're gonna take, let's just take a knife. Okay, and we're gonna go over to our plate that we have set out, and we're just gonna scrape off the crystals onto the plate. Okay, that's gonna be what our solution is gonna react with. So these little crystals are just we're gonna make a small pile of the crystals. Okay, so once you guys have that done, I'm gonna check back in. Okay, so remember, we're leaving our solution in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we're scraping our crystals off the edge of our pan onto the center of a plate. Okay, all right, I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, I'm back. So we just got done with our crystals. So as you can see, we put them in the very center of our plate. Okay, now to go back, when we first mixed our solution and we started to boil it, that's called sodium acetate. Okay, that's the same thing as you get in like a chemical pouch. Okay, the chemical heating pouches. Okay, so what that was, it contained water. Okay, so we boiled it to reduce it down, so we could get our crystals. Okay, and then our solution right here, we had to put it in the fridge to cool it, to get it below room temperature or about room temperature, to get it, and that's the process called supercooling. Okay, that's to where we're gonna now pour it onto our crystals. Okay, now we got to be careful and do it really slow. Okay, because we don't have a lot of it. And then I went ahead and made a little bit extra in case we ran out. So right onto the crystals. Okay, now okay. So as you can see, it's starting to solidify on top. As you can see it, you guys see it? It's starting to look like kind of mush. So you gotta wait a little bit. And it just keeps building and building up. You see? Okay. You see what it looks like? It used to be liquid, now it's a solid. Now, if I was to stick my finger in it, it'd be hot because the chemical reaction between our liquid and our crystals makes it hot. The crystallization process is hot, okay? Now we're gonna see if we can add a little bit more. Okay. You see how it's solid now? It's kind of like a slushy. That's the ice that's forming. Okay. Now, that's our experiment, okay, guys? That's how you make hot ice, okay? Now, I want you guys to try it at home. And now it is a little lengthy process, okay? So you got to have some time to do it. And remember to have your parental supervision, okay? Now, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put it in the comment section, okay? And I'll see you guys next week.